Welcome back again. In this video, we will explore the historical journey of microbiology as a subject. Microbiology focuses on the study of microorganisms that are too small to be seen with the naked human eye. To gain detailed information about them, we required an optical instrument called a microscope. So it is clear that the actual journey of microbiology was started after the discovery of microscope. We can divide the history into two parts, before and after the invention of microscope. Imagine a time long ago where people had no idea about the microscopic creatures that could make us sick. They believed that diseases were punishment from the god, imposed upon them by evil spirits and demons as payback for their supposed sins. People performed rituals, chanted, and even made sacrifices to satisfy God. They believed that purification ceremonies involving herbs, incense, and smoke could keep those evil spirits away. They also resorted to extreme measures like isolating poor people from the main locality, hoping that they are actually spreading the disease. Killing people of other religions were common, and they think this might lead to God's forgiveness. Sadly, despite their efforts, devastating diseases still ravage communities. The Black Death or plague, smallpox, cholera, influenza struck with great intensity, claiming millions of lives and causing immense economic loss. It was indeed a dark time. Some believed in the concept of miasma, a foul-smelling air they thought carried diseases. They believed that breathing in these contaminated air from swamps, decaying matter, or certain individuals could make them sick. This belief is evident in the peculiar attire of the plague doctor who wore bird-like masks filled with herbs or scented liquid to protect themselves from the foul air. They covered their entire bodies and used special glasses to shield their eyes. Fortunately, progress was made in the branches of science, leading to advancements in understanding diseases. An ancient Greek physician named Hippocrates proposed the theory that diseases were caused by imbalance in our bodily fluids, not by curses. He called those bodily fluids humors, such as blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. According to Hippocrates, factors like diet, environment, and emotions could influence those humors and make us ill. In order to cure, the people should try to increase the counteracting humor. We have discovered written records about epidemic diseases from ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome. These texts demonstrate early attempts to categorize and understand different illness. Physicians carefully examine symptoms, bodily secretions, and the overall appearance of the patients to identify specific diseases. Quarantine and isolation practices were employed in ancient times to control the spread of contagious diseases. The use of medicinal plants and herbal remedies was widespread, as evidenced by detailed description in ancient texts. Some ancient societies even developed public health infrastructure to address disease outbreaks. For instance, the city of Mohenjo-daro in the Indus Valley civilization had a well-planned sewage and drainage system, indicating an early understanding of the role of sanitization in disease prevention. Now let's explore how our ancestors treated disease in different parts of the world. Greek physician Hippocrates, known as the father of medicine, emphasized the importance of observation, diagnosis, and ethical medical practices in his book, The Hippocratic Corpus. He also documented diseases, clinical observation, and possible treatments. Indian civilization also made notable achievements in Ayurveda medicine, such as Charak Samhita and Sushrut Samhita. Those texts contain detailed descriptions of disease, diagnosis, and surgical procedure, as well as herbal remedies. Egyptian medical texts, including the Evers Papyrus and Edwin Smith Papyrus, documented the diagnosis and treatment of numerous diseases. Traditional Chinese medicine has 1,000 years of long history in China. Chinese medical texts such as Hungadi Neijing provided insight into the disease diagnosis and treatment through herbal medicines and acupuncture to restore the balance in the body and promote well-being. Even Mesopotamia, located in modern-day Iraq, had a flourishing medical system regarding herbal medicines. Now move to the next part, various beliefs of the ancient people about the origin of small creatures, that is known as spontaneous generation. Spontaneous generation, also known as the theory of abiogenesis, was the idea that certain living organisms could arise suddenly and spontaneously from non-living matter. This concept was prevalent in many ancient cultures and persisted for centuries. In ancient Greece, for example, the philosopher Aristotle proposed the idea of spontaneous generation in his work History of Animals. He suggested that certain small creatures, such as insects and worms, could arise from decaying organic matter or mud. According to Aristotle, these organisms were the result of the vital force present in these substances. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, it was believed that insects and other small creatures spontaneously generated from the mud of the Nile River during its annual flooding. The Chinese believed that the leaves contained the necessary ingredients for the spontaneous generation of bees and silk moths. These beliefs were not limited to insects. Some ancient cultures also believed in the spontaneous generation of larger animals. For instance, it was believed that mice could spontaneously generate from dirty clothes or grains. The concept of spontaneous generation persisted until the 17th century, when scientists such as Francesco Redi and Louis Pasteur conducted experiments that disproved it. These experiments demonstrated that living organisms arise from the pre-existing life through process like reproduction rather than spontaneously generated from non-living matter. And in the 19th century, German physician Robert Koch established that microbes are responsible for several diseases, leading to the establishment of the germ theory of the disease. So stay tuned for the next part of this video, where I will explain the discoveries and advancement in microbiology after the invention of microscope. If you like this video, press the like button and make comments. Subscribe my channel if you like my videos, and finally, thank you all.